Hello, thank you for joining me. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a SmartPac. Now, SmartPacs are great for commonly done jobs that include items that don't often change. In this example, we're going to create an oil change SmartPac. So we will go into Point of Sale, up to Setup, Parts, and SmartPacs. And then we will hit New. We will give our package a name. You can create SmartPac groups in order to help whittle down the number of SmartPacs that you have to look through. If you find that your list of SmartPacs becomes long and unwieldy, you can divide them up into specific categories. For example, maintenance or oil change. If you have a bunch of SmartPacs for maybe brake jobs or tire maintenance, that sort of thing, then you can designate which group a SmartPac goes into to make it easier to find when you're adding them to a ticket. We are going to set our base part price at $10, base labor at $5. We're going to make the package discountable. When setting the part price and labor price, if you're going to use a part price, then when you add parts to the SmartPac, you have to make sure that those items have a selling price on them. For the base labor, you have to make sure that you add a part that is specifically labor that has a labor charge on it. Otherwise, the system will give you an error message. We're going to set a sales code for the margin settings, in this case L for lube oil and filter. And now we can start adding parts to our SmartPac. Click on Add. We'll choose our manufacturer. In this case, all of my oil parts are in miscellaneous. And we're just going to do basic oil. We're going to set the quantity at 5 because that's kind of the standard quantity of oil. We're going to add multiple types of oil so that we don't have to create an oil change for every type of oil. And you'll notice that for now we're skipping the checkboxes at the bottom. That's because these are included in the base price of the oil change. All right. Then we will go ahead and we will add our labor price. Again, it's included in the base price of the package. If you run into an instance though where the vehicle that you're working on requires additional quarts of oil, you can add the oils again, this time leaving the suggested quantity at 1, and you can check the box for additional charge for part. That will add the selling price of that part to the overall price of the SmartPac. That way you can cover any additional quarts that may be needed. You can charge extra for them. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same for the other oils that we have. All right, so that covers our oil, and that covers the labor. The last part of the oil change will be the oil filter. And since oil filters change from vehicle to vehicle, what we're going to go ahead and use is a placeholder item. Go ahead and hit add. We're going to keep it a part type. And it's included again in the price of the oil change, so we're not going to check any of these boxes. Just going to go ahead and hit OK. Finally, over here under the Scripts tab, you can add notes, go into detail as to what is being done, what is included in the package if you want. And then these notes will print out on the ticket right next to, right above the parts in the SmartPac. So now that we have our placeholder item, we have our standard items, we're going to go ahead and hit OK. And that is how you create the SmartPac. Now to use it, we'll go into a ticket, go to items, and then we'll go down to the SmartPac button and choose the SmartPac that we just created. We're going to go ahead and we'll add our oil. We'll add our labor part. We're not going to add any additional quarts, but if you did need to, you would just check the box, and then you can even change the quantity by highlighting that space and typing in the new amount that you want to add. But we're not going to do that, so I'm going to uncheck it. And now we get to our placeholder item. I'm going to check it for the oil filter, and then you'll see this replace button lights up. So I'm going to hit it, and now we have two different options as to how to replace the oil filter placeholder item with the actual oil filter for the vehicle. You can look it up beforehand in one of your catalogs, and then you can choose to use the part on the estimate. Or if you happen to know the part number, you can look it up in your inventory. Hit OK, and then hit OK, and there we have it. Well, that concludes this Stocktrac University video. If you found it helpful, give it a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe, then hit the bell and choose all to get notified when we post new videos. Finally, if you have a topic that you'd like to see us cover in a future video, leave your suggestions in the comments. And as always, thank you for choosing Stocktrac.